Hey gang, Brad Staggs here in the Tool School Workshop. Today we are talking organization, the TSTAK system of organizers from DeWalt. Now we gave you the very first video preview of this system a few months ago in the United States. Today we're going to dig a little bit deeper and show you what we like and what we think might use some improvement after we take a look at the fact sheet. All right, we'll take a look at each individual component and then we'll see how the whole system goes together. So starting at the bottom and working our way to the top, kind of like life, is the TSTAK 4. This is the toolbox organizer as it's known, and I like it for a lot of reasons. It's a 2-drawer unit. Now, the great thing about these drawers, first of all, before we even get inside, the fact that they have metal drawer slides on them. These aren't cheap plastic flimsy drawer slides. These are all metal and they feel very sturdy. They feel like they would last quite a long time. Now, as far as the latching mechanism goes, when you reach up underneath the handle, you'll feel a little a pull tab basically that disengages or engages the locking system. You can see the steel spring in there, so again, it's sturdy construction. And that spring engages and disengages a plastic hook at either end of the drawer. Again, it's a pretty thick gauge plastic. So the latching mechanism on this, I like a lot. Now moving into the drawers themselves, again, there are 2 of them. The overall measurements are 9 inches front to back, about 13.5 wide, and about 1.5 inches deep. Now, each drawer is divided up into 9 different compartments with these plastic dividers. These dividers can be removed. Now, they do take a little bit of effort to get them out, which is good and bad, so you know they're not going to slip around. But you can organize this compartment into as many or as few compartments as you want to. Just to give you an idea of the size, I threw some pliers in here. You might want to if you have specialized tools. This is about what will fit in there. A pair of snips, it squeezes in there pretty easily, but there's not much room to spare. Couple of handle options, obviously the handle on the top so you can carry it around like a toolbox, and it has these little indents in the side, which is actually more for the stackability and locking system than it is about carrying, but it does give you a second option. Not only is it the heaviest of all, weighing at about 9 pounds and roughly 6 ounces or so, and that's empty, it is the most expensive. All right, moving up the line as it were, on to the TSTAK 3. Again, like the TSTAK 4, this is known as a toolbox organizer with a few differences. A lot to like about the TSTAK 3. First of all, it has those same metal drawer slides and the same locking mechanism. When you open up the single drawer on the TSTAK 3, though, you get a little surprise. You get 8 surprises, as a matter of fact. It's Tupperware. Well, close to it. These are really cool little cups. Storage cups or storage containers, if you will. The lid either hinges open and closed, or you can remove the lid entirely, just like that. So imagine the possibilities. Hey, wire nuts will fit in here, a whole fistful of them. Drywall screws, another good option. How about pickles? Wait, what? Oh, they're not watertight. Oh, well, Tupperware is. And again, the handle options, the top handle and the side handles as well. So you have transportation options and storage options galore in this one. The TSTAK 3 weighs in at 8 pounds and 2 or 3 ounces right in through there, and is roughly $35 at the retail level. So again, very reasonably priced storage unit. We are moving on up to the east side to a deluxe toolbox in the sky. This is the TSTAK 2. This is technically known as the flat top stackable organizer. The TSTAK 2 has a lot going for it. First of all, let's talk about the latches. I do love me some metal latches. And these are nice, secure latches on the TSTAK 2, and as you'll see in a second, the TSTAK 1. But they have a nice clicking sound when you close them. There's no doubt that box is securely shut. The other thing I like about this, before we even get on the inside of it, the fact that there is a steel hinge pin running the entire length of the TSTAK 2. Again, we're talking about quality, little touches here and there. You don't have to worry about a plastic hinge breaking on the back, so I really like that. Moving on to the inside of the TSTAK 2, the lid is actually very nicely reinforced with a lot of cross ribbing, which obviously makes the lid a little bit stronger when you throw stuff on top of this in the back of your truck. Of course, none of us ever do that, right? And for all you pick and pluckers out there, the inside is filled with pick and pluck foam. So for your delicate instruments, this is a nice dense foam, and it should do nicely to keep all of your delicate instruments or your expensive tools nicely protected in transport. Handle options, there are 3. Suitcase style, toolbox style, or those aforementioned side handles that give you just that third gripping option. The TSTAK 2 is the lightest of the 4 boxes, weighing it at a svelte 4.5 pounds, and is available in the $20 to $25 range, which brings us to number 1 on our countdown. This is the TSTAK 1, the Big Daddy, the Big Kahuna. It is technically called the Long Handle Stackable Storage Unit. We're dealing with the metal latches once again, and also the steel hinge pin along the entire length of the hinge. Handle options on the TSTAK 1, you've got your side handles, your suitcase handle, and the toolbox handle with a serious locking detent. This thing is solid at any angle. It's not going to swing in the breeze. The top opens to reveal 7 little compartments that are great for storing little things that would otherwise get lost. And the way the top fits over the compartments, it lips over in such a way it makes this fairly water resistant if it's sitting out in a sprinkle. I wouldn't leave this out in a hurricane, but if it's a gentle rain, for the most part, your stuff's going to stay relatively dry. The bottom opens up to reveal a cavernous 16 by 11 by 5.5 inch space. I use mine mostly for my electrical tools. It just seems to fit everything nice and neatly. Everything is in its place. As for shared features, the 1 and 2 have a padlock hole. Again, I think I would padlock it to a post or a pole, because again, you can walk away with the whole thing otherwise. And the labeling system on the TSTAK units is ingenious. Plastic cover, you label the enclosed cards, you slide the plastic cover back in. It's smudge proof, it's nice, it's neat, it's tidy, makes a good impression on your clients. Little nubs on the bottom of each of the TSTAK units fit neatly into divots or channels in the tops of each of the units, locking them nicely together so they don't slide around, and then the side locks just snap into place. Of course, they fold down when they're not in use, but this is a great locking system, and another big thumbs up from Tool School on this DeWalt. Some final key points on our definitive look at the DeWalt TSTAK storage system. When money is a factor, and after all, when isn't it these days, this is a pretty inexpensive system to get yourself into. Let's say for less than $120, you can get all 4 of the TSTAK units, and then if you want a way to carry them around, obviously you can either lift them up by the top handle, as Nama did in our first look at the system a few months ago, or you can invest in one of those magna carts. We're talking, what, $30 tops? So then again, for about $150, you've got not only the transportation system, but the storage system as well. So it's a great deal when you look at it from that perspective, with a lot of great features. Tool School gives the TSTAK storage system from DeWalt an A, maybe even an A+ for all of the innovative features at a reasonable price.